Hello, I'm Ivan. I'm a Venezuelan to been learning languages for 4 years, and because of this, my life changed completely. Currently, I'm in a 6 months challenge to learn German and basically get as fluent as I can. But this wouldn't be possible if I were that guy. That guy was like the support, video games, a lot of things, and now I'm this guy.
I've still doing as much immersion as I can because honestly, it feels pointless. And why it feels like this, I don't know if you have this same feeling. Whenever you are doing like 13, 15 hours, 10 hours of immersion, it's just you don't really feel the progress. And you are not really feeling the progress because you are not studying deliberately, which is what I'm going to mostly be talking about in this video. So, deliberate study, you can literally do deliberate study in whatever aspect of the language that you are doing. And let's say that you are trying to read. How do you actually do deliberate study in reading? You literally need to study vocabulary that is specific for that type of content. Maybe you are studying some vocabulary from the books of Brandon Sanderson, right? Maybe you are really a fan of him like me, and the thing that you want to do is that you want to extract some pages, some vocabulary of the pages. Maybe you want to extract like, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 words of, or maybe the most frequent words, the words that are not really frequent in the language but are frequent in books. Maybe you want to extract those words, and with those words you will create some sentences, right? Now with those sentences you will study them, you will make stories about those sentences, you will make mnemonics about the words that you don't understand in those sentences so you remember them, and then that's when you will start doing immersion in the book. That's why I feel like most people that do like 10 hours immersion, 12 hours immersion, that's why like it feels kind of pointless for them, honestly. And yeah, it's actually kind of annoying because like at the start of my Japanese journey, like more than 2 years before, I was doing like literally 7 to 8 to 9 hours of immersion, and I wasn't feeling like it did work. And I was seeing other people literally have like what 3 hours of study, 4 hours of study, and have the same results as me, and was like, bro, how these people investing like really the double less amount of time as me, how are these people literally getting as much results as me? And literally, it is because of deliberate study. They do things deliberately. So you can do also the same with the speaking. Let's say that you want to study vocab from a specific topic that you want to talk about. Then literally, the thing that you need to do is honestly use study vocab from that specific topic. And so topics that I'm interested about in right now, whenever it comes to my speaking or literally my interests, dating, fitness, YouTube things. Yeah, people talking about YouTube, talking about social media in general. Podcasts that are about maybe, I don't know, the Nordic culture. Yeah, more or less, those are my interests right now. Calisthenics too. So I will learn vocab literally from those topics, right? And also, I have like this Excel with like 2,000 sentences, in which those sentences are sentences that I use in a specific for the topics that I want to basically learn, right? So those sentences I will study in a lot. So some of the methods that I use to see those sentences in a specific are basically used honestly. Graph the sentence, right? You graph the sentence, you listen to it, you can create with a TTS generator, you can create some sentences, some audios of that sentence, you listen to it, then you read the sentence, then after reading that sentence, you can shout that sentence, you can read them aloud, and after that you will basically try to recall the sentence. So what do you do in this recalling thing? Is basically just I watch the sentence in English and I try to say the thing in German, right? And I'm doing that a lot. Now, something that I'm doing too is that I will grab like 300 sentences, and those 300 sentences, I will basically ask ChatGPT to make a story, or like 10 stories that are a 95% or 98% of comprehension, and with the vocabulary that I'm giving you, right? And basically ChatGPT gives you that vocabulary, and with that vocabulary, you can literally start studying a lot, right? You basically start reading aloud the sentence, reading aloud the stories, which is what I do. Because I mean, you want to put some practice, right? Something that people actually do, and something that I did in my Japanese too was not do output never. And I'm not saying to you that you should do always output, but you should in some form speak. Because if you don't speak, literally you are not training your mouth. And it's not like when you have like 2 years of immersion and you can start and you can understand everything. It doesn't mean that you will have a better skill in your tongue. No, you will literally just be able to understand everything that people say to you, but you will not be able to imitate the sounds because you have not trained your mouth, right? So that's probably something that you want to do right now, and that's why I read for 2 hours aloud storage. So what I will do after recording this video will be literally that. Will be first um, read aloud for 2 hours with stories about the sentences that I want to learn, right? So basically, by doing this, I learn the sentences that I want to learn, and also I start getting vocab that I don't really know because it's 98% of comprehension, because that's how I basically teach the AI that basically makes the search for me, right? And by doing this, you actually learn a lot. And I recommend it actually a lot if you want to learn more the language and learn actually more deliberately without having to actually spend like 10 hours on your immersion. Now, when do I think that you should start putting like 10 hours of immersion, 9 hours of immersion? I think that when you have a 95 to 98% comprehension in the content that you like to watch, not every type of content, but the content that you like to watch, sorry, that's when you should actually start doing a lot of immersion, because that's when I feel like it's the most useful. So that's it for the video, and I hope that you liked it. Bye.